What's up everyone, Jack from Half Chrome. Today we're talking iFlight Megabee. Now this is a ready-to-go Cinewhoop. Now I've built a handful of Cinewhoops and this is actually my favorite. iFlight really does a nice job putting together a good quality premium build here. So what makes this different? Well, I've already said it, premium components, and it's ready to go. So, you know, if you're looking for something out of the box that's awesome, good quality stuff, this is what you want.
So you can get this iFlight Megabee with the standard FPV camera or even the DJI FPV camera. And speaking of DJI FPV, I actually tried to convert the new Mavic Mini into a Cinewhoop to compare it to this iFlight Megabee. You're going to want to check out that video as well. So let's get back to this iFlight Megabee.
You can build it yourself. I've done a tutorial on how to do a custom one. I've even done a budget Cinewhoop. But let's talk about this guy, the iFlight Megabee, and maybe why you might want this versus one of those. And what's the deal with Cinewhoops anyway? Why do you want one of these? Well, let's talk.
So the first thing I want to talk about is why do you want one of these Cinewhoops? And this is not me flying, but this is a guy, Nurk FPV. He is an awesome pilot. He is the man. And these are just some of the clips of some of the awesome footage that he's captured from a Cinewhoop. You got to check out his channel, Nurk FPV. He's a professional drone pilot. He's a racer. He does the cinematic stuff. He's using a Shen drone squirt. Great stuff. I mean, but look at the stuff that you can do with one of these. Now, this is actually me switching over. I'm flying the iFlight Megabee here. I've got my GoPro 8 on board. It's in the medium stabilization, so you can kind of see that. And I'm just flying it around the park here. Good footage. Looks like I got a drop of dew on the lens. Wish that I didn't. But it's just a good little flyer. You can do just smooth flights, popping over the tree here. That's kind of a neat little shot. Now, I'm not a professional pilot by any stretch of the imagination, but these Cinewhoops, you know, they carry really good cameras. And I'm going to show you an example of, you know, I'm going to carry around my GoPro Hero 5 on a Cinewhoop here. Then I'm going to show you some smaller Cinewhoops. But, you know, you can do acro with these, and I'm going to show you my acro skills up here in a second. Doing a power loop right into the ground, breaking some of these ducks on the iFlight Megabee. But, you know, it's a great little drone. You know, things will break when it's cold. So here's that awesome power loop. Oh, tree, boom. Yep, I had to replace the duct on that one, actually, 2 of them. So now I'm going to fly it. This is actually footage from a GoPro Hero 5. Now I'm using the image stabilization is all going to be done in post-processing here. So, you know, it's kind of a nice little flight here, but you can buy an inexpensive GoPro knockoff for like $50 and they do a pretty solid job. And if you have any sort of image stabilization software, you can kind of apply it later in post to kind of smooth it out, and that seems to work out just fine, right? Let's take a look at these ducks flying over the pond. Flying over water is always a little bit risky, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now here's a little bit of footage from the Eachine Cinecam. It's got the Caddx Tarsier camera. Love it. You can actually build this into your Cinewhoop if you want. It has the 2 feeds, one with the FPV feed, one with the HD feed. And now we're looking at the Beta 75X. This is another tiny little Cinewhoop, and it comes with the Caddx Baby Turtle, so it records up to 1080p footage, whereas the Cinecam will do 4K. Either way, you can see that the quality is nowhere near the quality on the GoPro, whether it's the Hero 5 or the Hero 8. You know, GoPro cameras are top-notch, and they will give you the best image quality, and that is really the difference between one of these tiny little palm-sized Cinewhoops and one of these full-size do-it-yourself or iFlight Megabee. So let's take a closer look at the Megabee itself.
All right, so let's take a look at what you get here with the iFlight Megabee. Like I said, it's a Cinewhoop, and let's start with the motors, because I really like these Zing motors. They are high-quality, good motors. You know, they can handle 4 to 6S. They're 1403, 3600 kVs, and that's kind of the sweet spot there. You can kind of see this frame here. Looks kind of like a flying squirrel, if you ask me, but good reinforcement on the frame here, so it's nice and thick, solid build. You can see I actually cut, this is a mount for a GoPro. Now it'll fit up to a Hero 7. I'm flying with a Hero 8, so I actually cut the top off, slide my Hero 8 in there, and then I zip tie over the top and around the side, and that works just well enough. I also have a GoPro 6 that fits in there just fine. Because I cut it, I do have to zip tie that one in as well. But other things, it's got a stack in there. It's an F4, I believe it's a Sussex Mini. We got a 35 amp ESC down there, you can kind of see. But yeah, this thing is really pretty solid. We got a Caddx Ratel 2.1 millimeter lens in there. Again, high quality stuff. VTX is 500 milliwatts, or can switch up to 500 milliwatts. This right here is actually really nice. It's a Cinewhoop, so if you want to connect to your flight controller, you gotta take the ducts off. Unless you use something like this right angle, that's a really nice deal. You can see I've crashed mine, so it's kind of exposed here, but still works pretty darn well. Mine has the FlySky RXSR receiver. You can see in the crash I actually lost an antenna, so that's a bummer. But again, really nice components, really good drone, feels good. XT60 connector, so you got to kind of keep that in mind. It's just a really good solid build. Flies well. These ducts will break if you crash hard or you're flying outside in the cold, which is what I was doing, and you crashed. Plastic doesn't, it gets a little brittle when it's cold outside. But yeah, good drone for sure. Love flying this thing.
So what do you think about this iFlight Megabee? Is it the drone for you, or are you be interested in one of those other Cinewhoops? There's lots of Cinewhoop information, how to build, and even some of those small ones on our website. Make sure you check us out at halfgrown.com. Good luck and happy flying.